Let's take a guess with me, please. What power does the control devil have? Surely it's controlling someone, right? And that is correct. Control devils controls someone's. How about the power of blood devil? Surely it must be a type of blood manipulation, right? Okay, now picture this and guess it. What power does Gojo Satoru have, who has an ability called Falling Blossom Emotions? Come on. Take a guess. You probably couldn't answer that. Heck, I bet you didn't even know what Falling Blossom Emotions means. Over decades watching shonen anime, I can conclude that there are two types of power system in anime. A complex one and a simple one. Frieren is currently in the #1 spot in the anime list that has a complex power system. This versus magic operates off a Warhammer Orc logic. If you can visualize it and believe it will happen, you can cast it no matter how dumb it is. Because of this, magic tends to be unique to the caster itself due to the differences in what we can or we can't imagine, due to our perspectives and perceptions. Frieren herself has hundreds, heck, even thousands of spells that she masters. In episode 26, Clone Frieren show many incredible spells, a lot even, with a beautiful visual yet can cause dangerous damage. Honestly, I don't know how you can visualize this abstract spell. Even though it has a complex power system, there is also a simplicity aspect to it. For example, Fern, a first class mage that only masters a few spells. Her attack only uses one spell. On one spell only. It's called Zoltrak. The reason she's so strong that she can visualize and cast Zoltrak faster than anyone else. Other mages that fight her, due to her quick spellcast, tends to play defensive or passive until their mana runs out. How about the opposite of simple power system, but a complex character? Well, introducing Boku no Hero Academia. The power system is based on quirks, which are unique superpowers that individuals possess. Quirks can manifest in various ways, such as enhanced physical abilities, elemental powers, or even peculiar transformations. Most characters have only one quirk, and because of this, the character is easy to remember and recognize. It's also easier to predict the outcome of the fight. For example, if there's two guys fighting, one having the half fire and half ice quirk, and the other one is having a tape quirk, which will prevail? Which will win? Of course, the half fire and half ice one. It's pretty simple, really. But for Deku, our main character or protagonist, is a special one because he has one quirk that contains 7 other quirks in it. Like a 7-in-1. Can you believe this? This quirk is named One for All, that contains the abilities of 7 previous users. This pretty much very overpowered. The only one who can defeat him is if the enemy must also have many quirks like him. And that comes All for One, who has the quirk to steal another quirks from anyone he touch. Because this All for One guy, and he can steal other quirks to use it himself or transfer the stolen quirks to anyone he desires. In my opinion, for me, I very much appreciate a character who has limited powers but yet still dominating in complex power system, rather than a character that has over multiple quirk and abilities, tripling their powers than the average. Alright, and for the last yap, I'm gonna yap about Jujutsu Kaisen. Oh boy, where I'm gonna even start with this? First, there is cursed energy, which is negative in nature, since it is drawn from negative emotions, like anger, sadness, and yada yada yada. Another one, cursed techniques, are essentially limited to talent and the pool of cursed energy they can draw from. And the third one is cursed restrictions. I really not quite catching what Jujutsu Kaisen's power system looks like, but this is all I can summarize. We can summarize, because we are the bald weebs. Although it's really funny though, that one of the strongest character barely has curse energy, and yet he can almost destroy everyone, only because he has a superhuman strength.